YouTube's amazing. It's just amazing. I love YouTube. I learned so much from YouTube, and I couldn't have built this as well as it's been done without it. Our plan is to take this for the next few years and just see the country. We'd like to see all the national parks.
This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Very excited to have Michael on the show today. A lot of you guys write in asking for more cargo trailers. Well, here's one for you. This thing is amazing. It's a DIY cargo trailer conversion, and the inside is absolutely stunning. Michael's gonna give us a full tour inside and out, so join us.
Oh, thank you, Patrick. This is my cargo trailer. I'm a big fan of your channel, and I'm so excited to be able to share my build with you guys. We're going to start off in the front up here. Well, first let me tell you, I ordered a stealth all aluminum trailer because we wanted it to be lightweight, capable of being pulled with a regular half-ton pickup truck. We did do a number of upgrades. We raised the roof up to the 7-foot height. We had stabilizers put on the back. We ordered a larger door. We went with the barn doors on the back instead of the ramp style. The framing is on a 16-inch center as opposed to 24. That's about it. So we did order a lot of special features knowing that we wanted them for the camper build. Over here we have a mini split unit, the outside unit for the mini split. I had to custom build all of the structure holding this up out of uni-strut. Everything's bolted into the frame and the studs of the wall. So this thing does a great job. It heats and does air conditioning. The bigger door, I put the window in. All the windows were put in by myself. They are the awning style, so we can have them open during rain. I did a ton of research on YouTube, and these are the things that I landed on, stuff like that. Added the step. Step is bolted into the frame. Also added 2 stabilizers on the front. This step does retract and pull out, so we have safe way of getting in and out. We did have them leave the regular cargo trailer locking mechanism. I had them add the RV style lock, however, to the door. This acts as a handle as well. It gives us a little hold on to grab pulling in. We upgraded the metal as well. The cladding is a heavier gauge aluminum, and we went with this screws, non-screw siding that's all just laminated on. We did go with larger wheels as well. I added the rubber trim because that was kind of a sharp edge right there, and it has the double axles, which adds for a lot of stability. Right here we have a GFI outlet for the exterior use. This is for an indoor-outdoor thermometer. This actually is not in use. This was on the trailer when I got it, but it's been blocked off. This is an outlet for a thermostatically controlled computer fan, which automatically comes on if it gets a little warm where the electrical system is on the inside. We do have solar. I have about 750 watts of solar on the roof, 2 panels, 2 Hyundai bifacial solar panels. I built all the bracketry by hand and bolted everything to the frame. It does have an air deflector piece of trim on the front to help with aerodynamics a little bit. And I added spotlights, these LED spotlights all the way around the vehicle. They're all individually switched as well. These are the stabilizers that we had the dealership add. They welded those in place for me. So we have the stabilizers I put on the front and these to give us some stability in the back. Another window that's on the rear. We have, this is the water side or the plumbing side of the vehicle. We have a city water connection here. We also have a 35-gallon fresh water tank. This is the fill. And I have a 110 outlet here that serves a Bluetti unit that we use for all of our electrical power needs inside. Have an exterior shower. hot and cold running water. I do have a shower inside, but we also thought it would be nice to have outside shower as well. Another window, another LED spotlight, very bright. I love these. If we're out in the middle of nowhere and we need to see where we are or what we're doing, we can always turn those on. I have a 35-gallon gray water tank, which has an electronic ball valve right here, and that's switched on the inside. So if we come to a dump station, I can just simply hose it down and then turn it on inside. The underside is all fully coated with truck bed underlayment. I used 8 cans to give us more weather resistance under there and hopefully extend the life of the vehicle a little bit longer. This 10-pound propane tank serves a hot water, tankless hot water heater. It's mounted on the other side of this wall for our hot water needs. This is an exhaust fan that I have switched, so if we are using this unit, I can turn that on and we have exhaust. Even though it's a ventless system, I just didn't want to take any chances. Let me explain a little bit about the weights and measures on the unit. It's a 14-foot V-nose cargo trailer. Again, I special ordered it with certain features. It's 14 feet from the nose to the bumper in the back, and we have an additional like 2 feet or so of tongue on there. So it's close to 17 feet, I believe, in overall length. The width of the box is 7 feet. We have 7 feet in headroom inside. And the dry weight when I bought it was just shy of 1,500 pounds. And I believe I put in another 1,500 to 2,000 pounds. I haven't had it officially weighed just yet, but I'm pretty sure that's where we're gonna land, somewhere in that area. So we went with the barn doors. These come standard with the ramp, but I wanted the barn door set up thinking that it would be easier to use and keep the door open and stuff. I know a lot of people like to make the ramp into a deck and everything, but let me just lock this so the wind doesn't bother us. I put PVC panels on here. I custom cut all of this. I even painted all my screw heads white so everything would match. This is my electrical side of the unit. I have a Bluetti. It's currently turned on. It provides both DC and AC power, has an inverter and charge controller. So we have a 30 amp circuit over here that goes to my panel, and then we have AC. Everything's individually circuited up here for each of my appliances inside. Let me open that up. So standard RV setup with your 110 household style current here, low voltage 12 volt over here for all the camper style appliances, fans and such, lights. This is my little thermostatically controlled fan that I included in case this were to get warm under here. When this temperature hits 100 degrees, that kicks on automatically and takes all the hot air out. This unit is a DC to DC controller that allows me to convert 48 volts out of this unit into the 12 volt current up here. I also can use this, I haven't hooked it up yet, but we want to use this to help charge this unit while we're on the road from the alternator in the truck. This is all conduit under here. This is a chase that I ran all of my wiring from this side over to that side. I also have a chase on that top piece of wood that goes through, so all my wiring from the back to the front is all located there. So if I ever need to service it, all I need to do is pop that piece off. I have it screwed in, it's not nailed in, so I can access that. This is our water hookup supplies in this bin. I have a ladder to access the roof, a telescopic ladder, and then this is the plumbing system. We have a pump, accumulator tank, we have a city water connection, so we can be either hooked up at a city water connection or we have a 35-gallon freshwater tank here for those needs. These buses are just power distribution for this side of the vehicle. I have shutoffs for everything. If I want to go with the tank, I just shut off city water, I turn on the tank line, and vice versa if we want to do that. There is a light up under here in the garage, so at night we can see what we're doing. So if you're wondering about how I insulated the vehicle, you can see the foam board insulation in the walls. It's 1 inch thick. I did a 1/2 inch underneath the flooring, then I put plywood down, and then I did the vinyl flooring on top of that, the vinyl plank. This is a really high quality waterproof vinyl planking. If you come around to here, the windows, you can see I trimmed them all out in this cherry. Just a little bit about myself. I was an industrial arts teacher for my career, and so I did teach wood shop among other things, but I now have a furniture making business, so woodworking is a big part of my life. All this cherry came from trees that we took down in my yard. You'll see more of it inside. I'm going to take a look inside, and here we go. So when I initially started to do all my research on YouTube to figure out what we wanted to put in here, I started off thinking, well, we need a nice comfortable bed because we're going to be living out of this. The plan is to travel quite a bit. I want a decent kitchen with a nice sink. I wanted heating and air conditioning. I knew my wife might want a shower, and of course we have a toilet. A nice large refrigerator. It's an apartment style, regular household refrigerator. We wanted all the comforts of home, but in a tiny little vehicle. And that's what I think I achieved. So if we start here, we have a larger closet. We can hang items in here. We also have a storage spot for our 2 wooden chairs right there. And then this is the lines and such for the mini split. The mini split unit, it does provide heating and air conditioning. This is all, again, the cherry that was harvested from a tree in my yard. I milled it up myself and built this door custom. This is actually maple, but it's been painted. So I made the handles as well. It's an indoor-outdoor thermometer. Over here we have storage area, just sort of a catch-all here with some bungees to keep things in place. This is a 3-in-1 oven. It's a microwave convection air fryer. This cabinet was custom made for charging. I have 110 outlets, USB ports here, so for phones, batteries, anything we might need. This lantern gets charged in there, obviously. These switches control all of the outside spotlights. I have one on each side of the vehicle. This one controls the larger one and brighter one that's on this side of the vehicle. And it is set to a dimmer because it is really, really bright. But since that's where we spend most of our time outside, I wanted it to be dimmable. The interior lights are also dimmable, and they're switched individually here. And the ceiling, again, is all cherry. And I had black canvas that I installed initially through across the entire ceiling, and then I painstakingly put each one of these up by myself. It took me a couple weeks to get this part done. Moving on, we have a little table desk kind of area to sit at, to eat, do work, whatever. We have a couple folding chairs. Just bought these off Amazon. They store away in the cabinet or the closet. This can be folded down, so we have a little bit more room in here when we're not using it, and for when we're in transit. So, and then again, these fold up, and we have a spot right there. This is shiplap that I just bought at Lowe's. Very, very light. It's about a 1/2 inch thick, and I just clad, you know, whatever wall space was left over after I did all the cabinetry. All the cabinetry I built custom by hand, and you can see that everything is soft close, really high-end hardware, and I put the boat latches on so they can be locked in transit. This is, again, is all cherry, live edge for the countertop over here. I have live edge cherry here. I have it on the headboard and footboard of the bed as well. And the folding table I showed you earlier, also live edge. All came from the same tree. My sink is a nice big deep stainless steel sink. It did come with a cutting board, but I didn't like it. It didn't match my counter, so I just used the same board that was removed for the sink cutout. So you can see how the grain matches up here. We have a lot of storage under our sink area. Again, nice big sink that's plumbed in down to the gray tank. I'm going to build a little holding spot here for our induction cooktop. This can be taken and stowed away when we're not using it to gain more countertop space. And again, these are all boat latches that lock tight while we're in transit. These drawers. So again, a series of drawers, a lot of storage. I tried to think of how to include a lot of storage. So again, and this is the company, my furniture making company, Westfield Woodcraft. So I do a lot of built-in furniture like this. This is just inexpensive tile I bought on Amazon. It's actually PVC. It looks great. It looks like real tile, and it was just peel and stick. And I just added it and, you know, put it up. It looked great. We have outlets everywhere. We have USB options on these outlets. I've added a mirror here for my wife to have, she can put her makeup on, get ready. I have another mirror that I installed in here. More windows, again, all awning style, trimmed into cherry. Over here I have another control panel. These are the gauges for both of my tanks, my freshwater tank and the gray water tank right here. These turn on and they're individually switched so that we don't have to have them on all the time. We can just switch them on to check what our levels are. These are switches here for various lights. I have under counter lighting here. I have an individually switched kitchen light here. And this switch operates the valve for the drain on the gray water tank. This cabinet is going to be used for laundry. It does go all the way through to the garage section. We'll probably have a couple of hampers in there to keep our dirty clothes. Nice place to put that. I saw on YouTube that a lot of people don't think of that. So again, I tried to think of everything. This is just added countertop prep space. Again, cherry. This is limited, so I figured, well, the more horizontal space we can add to the vehicle, the better. And then these are 3 very large drawers that we plan to keep all of our clothing in. So my wife will probably get 2. I'll probably have 1. This is a regular residential queen size mattress. Fortunately, it just fit in between here. Again, we have the cherry theme throughout with the headboard and footboard. That's live edge cherry. We have some window covers back here for blackout that I just custom made out of some plastic. We have a breathing pad under here. And again, my research said that we need to get this well ventilated because we don't want any mold to build up. So there's holes drilled throughout this platform. And we have a Max Air fan here. I do have another Max Air fan in the shower area as well. Over here, oh, let's start over here. We have some reading lights that can also double as night lights if we want them to. So we each have one of those. I haven't yet installed it, but I'm going to do a USB port for my phone over there. My wife has one right here. There's an oscillating fan mounted here. We're going to use an internet-based TV with YouTube TV. As long as we have Wi-Fi, we'll be able to watch television. This is just a regular residential apartment-sized refrigerator. Again, one of the important things I wanted was a bigger refrigerator. So many campers you see have the small, very limited use refrigerators, but this one has a nice freezer section and a nice big lower refrigerated section as well. This is just added storage. It also doubles as sort of a lockdown for my refrigerator. I have it sort of securing that. Up here we have a lot of storage into the V-nose section. I made some custom trays to hold whatever we might need up here. And I made 2 more that custom fit into the V-nose on the left and another one on the right. I do have a light for that cabinet up there. And these just, again, fit right in. And that locks in. This is the switch for that fan I pointed out earlier. So we have a full shower. Measures 24 by 36. I just bought this on Amazon. It fit perfectly in there. I saw, again, on YouTube, somebody recommended that that be better than the actual plastic base. I custom made all of this. This is just a panel that I bought at Home Depot. And just behind this is 1/2-inch plywood, so I can screw through this and mount things and put towel racks in and do whatever's necessary inside the shower. We do have a fan here. It has a light. So when we're taking a shower, we can turn that on. This is a boat hatch that I bought off Amazon that allows me to access the hot water heater. And you can see everything was installed with PEX A style piping. And yeah, that's a German XL hot water heater that, again, I kind of got some advice from somebody on YouTube. Did a lot of research on YouTube. We do have a composting toilet, portable composting toilet. It separates solids and liquids. We didn't want to go with a black water tank on board, so this was the alternative. And we'll use this when we don't have access to an actual bathroom somewhere.
Michael, this is awesome. My key takeaways are, for one, the V-nose really it increases your living space, allows you to utilize this whole front area for systems, right? So you got your air conditioning and the heat pump and the refrigerator up here. If this was just a regular square box trailer, this stuff would have had to shift forward.
Right.
And a lot of these cargo trailers I go inside, they don't have a 7-foot tall ceiling. So you could feel it. This feels like a room, like in a house.
Yeah.
This is plenty spacious.
Again, I probably watched hundreds of hours of video and tried to gain as much information as I could. So I really can't take credit for all these little features because other people, YouTube's amazing. It's just amazing. I love YouTube. I learned so much from YouTube. And I couldn't have built this as well as it's been done without it. But let me just show you. I'll show. This was my plan that I made a couple of years ago, well before I even started construction. And I pretty much held to it. There's a few things I changed. The front was redesigned to accommodate the refrigerator, and then once I did redesign it, I figured out how I could incorporate all this storage and that cabinet or that closet right there. But you're right, the V-nose does add a ton of extra space.
And did you have a budget that you were trying to stick with initially?
Not really. I just figured, you know, initially we were going to buy a camper. We went to the Hershey RV show. We did a lot of research. We were going to maybe buy a Class C or a travel trailer, and I was not real impressed with the quality of construction, and they were expensive. So I said to myself, I think I can build one of these things. It's not going to be easy, but I think I have the skill set and the desire and drive to be able to do this. So, you know, our plan was to have something that we could travel across country, and as we're now retired teachers, I wanted it to be able to accommodate, you know, 2 people comfortably and have all the comforts that we needed. And that was my first initial thought. And I figured if I build it, it's going to come in far less than it would be to buy it. So, and when I did my research, I found out that that was absolutely true. The trailer was around $10,000 with all the added features. And I think I have about $11,000 in additional material and appliances and such. and hundreds of hours of my time.
Hundreds of hours of research and planning and actually
exactly.
making it, right?
Right.
And so now that it's done, what's next? Some people build them and research, and then they want to build another one because they enjoyed it so much. But you guys just retired, so you're planning on going out, right?
Yeah, our plan is to take this for the next few years and just see the country. We'd like to see all the national parks. We have family and friends in California that we'd like to visit. We have other friends and family across the country, and we just want to kind of use this as our home away from home. And you know, I really don't look at it as a camper. I look at it as our home that we're going to travel in. You know, I'm not really thinking about camping, although we'll be staying in campsites and we'll be doing that. It's more or less a comfortable way to travel around the country, an economical way. So that was my sort of thought there.
It's a tiny home on wheels.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
fully self-contained because you got your own holding tank, you got your own gray water waste holding tank, and your own battery system with inverter. So you know, you don't know what your limitations are going to be yet because you haven't really gone out far enough.
We haven't really used it yet.
But it's quite capable.
Yeah, well, I've had a lot of friends say to me that when we're finished, they'd like to buy it. I've had a few friends ask me to build one for them, and no, I'm not doing that. This took me so long to do. I'm extremely proud of it, and I think we're going to get a lot of good use out of it. But I'm not interested in building another one.
There you go.
Not at this time,
anyway. A lot of people
anyway.
watch the videos and they write in, can you give me his contact information? I would love to have him build one. This is a one and done deal.
For now, yeah.
Enjoy retirement. Well, I appreciate you taking the time and coming down to this part of New Jersey to give the tour. This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.